Good evening and a very warm welcome from SBC News. Tomorrow, the 30th of July, is World Day Against Human Trafficking. Chief Justice Ronnie Govinden has, in a message sent for the occasion, stated some figures of case files and convictions handed down on perpetrators of human trafficking. Chief Justice Govinden affirms that fairness, dignity, equality and respect are at the forefront of Seychelles' democracy and criminal justice system.
Every year, thousands of men, women and children fall into the hands of traffickers in their own countries and abroad. Almost every country in the world is affected by human trafficking, and Seychelles is not exempted. In his message, CJ Govinden says from 2016 to 2021, 8 human trafficking cases were filed with convictions before the Supreme Court. 2 cases which were filed in 2021 are currently pending trial. The sentences handed down by the court in these cases also validate Seychelles' willingness to take a strong stance against human trafficking. The most recent example is a case of human trafficking completed this month, which saw a sentence of 15 years and 10 years imprisonment to run concurrently. He adds, values such as fairness, dignity, equality and respect are at the forefront of Seychelles' democracy and criminal justice system. Therefore, it is no surprise that the Seychelles court would apply the rule of law fairly and adequately in all human trafficking cases when these values are broken and when human rights are breached in this way.
The Seychelles Fishing Authority says that it is not discouraging anyone from consuming or fishing the vara fish species or 2-spot red snapper until scientific facts around the ciguatera fish poisoning cases being linked with the species are established. It was the Public Health Authority which raised an alert about the probability of ciguatera fish poisoning incidents yesterday after confirming 3 separate cases this month. The Fisheries Research Department of the Seychelles Fishing Authority, the SFA, is also investigating the matter.
Currently, the SFA, we are liaising closely with the Public Health Authority to get a bit more information on where the fish originates from. So if it's possible to get this information, we can possibly link it to the fishers that caught the fish. And if it's possible, we may link this to possible fishing locations by using our vessel monitoring systems. And possibly, if we may advise fishers not to fish in certain areas. So until the investigation by the public health proves otherwise, then we are not discouraging people from eating fish. Yeah. Including Barbara.
A group of 63 students received their certificates this morning after completing their studies on a certificate level at the Seychelles Institute for Teacher Education site. 15 students were awarded their certificates in childcare and development, and 48 students received their certificates in education for teacher assistants. Both courses cater mainly for early childhood education. Jacqueline Jules won Best Academic Performer for a certificate in childcare and development, whilst Best Academic Performer for the certificate in education for teacher assistants was awarded to Sophie André. When addressing the graduates, SITE's director Luciana Lagrenade said that SITE started the certificate in education for teacher assistants in March last year to make sure that teacher assistants are equipped with the right knowledge and skills to efficiently assist classroom teachers.
We've got 48 teacher assistants. This is the first cohort of its kind graduating and who will now be eligible to be employed and to provide support to the classroom teacher, especially with literacy and numeracy at P1 and P2 levels. Now, most of us know that children learn from their environment long before they go to school. So having a group of locals trained in how best to attend to manage and provide for the needs of children in early childhood is extremely important and bodes well for the children involved and eventually for our society and definitely for the Ministry of Education. We hope that this will be the beginning and not the end for your self-development and for your professional development. What do I mean by this? Well, I mean that we look forward to seeing you learning as much as you can in your respective workplaces and returning for a more advanced qualification in a couple of years or so for a higher level of qualification.
The Minister for Education, along with a delegation from the ministry, as well as several members of the National Assembly, visited the Anse Royal Youth Hostel today. Amongst the members of the National Assembly were the MNAs from Bissetan and Grand-Anse-Pralin, as well as the MNA for Anse Royal, where the hostel is located. The Minister had the opportunity to talk to the staff, as well as the representatives of the Youth Hostel's Students' Council.
The main purpose of this visit is actually to look at the campus, to look at the infrastructure, and of course start the process of reconceptualizing Youth Hostel. Because after all, what we want to give students, a small home outside their home.
The Minister for Agriculture, Climate Change and Environment, Flavien Joubert, attended the launch of the joint SDG Fund project, which was held at the Intercontinental Hotel Balaclava in Mauritius. The project, which will be implemented over 2 years, aims at contributing to establishing an enabling environment to promote sustainable green and blue economy in Mauritius and Seychelles, whereby Seychelles will be benefiting from $705,000 for the purpose of advancing the blue economy agenda in line with the Sustainable Development Goals. This will also focus on strengthening partnerships between public and private sector by supporting private sector innovation. The project will also create investment opportunities that will benefit Seychelles' economy. Those are our main stories so far this Friday evening. Next, join us again at 8 for the news bulletin in Creole. Bye for now.